To Peter, Kathy, and family, just a quick note to say Merry Christmas. I know it will be a little different for you this year, but take heart that in your knowledge of God, that you can know that Patricia is rejoicing in heaven with the one who gave us Christmas, and this separation is only temporary, and one day you'll be together again, rejoicing together with God. Emmanuel, God with us. Jesus. Just needed to say that. God bless you and your family.
I always knew her as Aunt Pat. We swam in her pool, shared meals, and special occasions. And it was always fun. I feel I was fortunate to spend time with her these last couple years. There were countless memories and stories to share with her. It feels as if a part of my childhood has left with her passing. I know she is in heaven, sharing a good joke with her many cronies. She has a new life.
Godmother Pat, GMP, was a great lady and a hoot. It was never a dull moment hanging out with GMP, my mother Rosemary, and Kathy. Kathy and I were just along for the ride. She will be missed.
I have fond, often hilarious, childhood memories spent with Aunt Pat, friend and nurse who worked in my dad's office, in the house where I grew up. It was special reuniting with her, recently, and hearing her reminisce about our earlier years together. I wonder what that little elf is up to now. We can only imagine.
Pat Mecca left me with peaceful, loving memories of her when I was young in Holy Spirit Church. I would watch her, and I remember always wondering who she was, and when would I talk to her. So 45 years later, August 2020, I was in Shelley's markup and Kathy wasn't there. So she invited me over to her house, and Pat was there. We met, we spoke, and the blessings have not stopped flooding into my life since. So from the bottom of my heart, I send to you, Kathy, my condolences on the passing of your mother Pat. So, please Lord, send us a rainbow quick. May God's love reign over Kathy and her two brothers this Christmas season. And, Pat, if you are listening, I probably won't see you in Holy Spirit Church this year, on Christmas Eve, but that will probably be my fault.
Dear Kathy, your mother was one in a million. She was one of the grandest dames I ever met. Funny, witty, kind-hearted, generous, and always dressed to the nines. You took incredible care of your mother over the past couple of years. May she rest in peace. With deepest sympathy and peace to you and your family.
Ms. Pat was such a cool woman. She was so kind to us and our kids. She will be missed.
To all the card games, hair appointments, and spaghetti dinners, you brought a smile to my face every single time. I know you'll be waiting for me for one more card game. Love and blessings.
One in a million, that one. She will be remembered and spoken of often, always accompanied by a laugh. My sincere condolences to all that will miss her.
Kathy, Lenny, Peter, and Stephen, I am so sorry to hear about the passing of your mom. Every memory I have of her brings a smile to my face. I always admired her infectious personality. I hope your memories bring you comfort at this difficult time. condolences to you, Kathy, and your family. Rarely have I met as original and fascinating personality as your mother. I feel blessed to have known her. It is just a few years ago that we went to church together. It was Christmas time, and your mother did not disappoint. She had the brightest smile and was the best dressed Christmas tree of all. Vichnaya Pamyat, eternal remembrance, in my native Ukrainian.
But I don't change a hair for me. Not if you care for me. Stay, little Valentine, stay. Each day is Valentine's Day.
So sorry to hear of the passing of Mrs. Mecca. I always thought of Mrs. Mecca as simply classy. Years back, Steve and I thought we would tease her a bit and tell her I was from North Collins. She was puzzled as she had never heard of me or my family. I was doing a great job of convincing her right up to the point of the fish fry at Speedy's. I said, yeah, we really enjoy the fish fry on Saturday. I almost had her. But I will never forget that the fish fry is on Friday. Mrs. Mecca will surely be missed. Our thoughts and prayers are with you and your family. Your mom was very kind and fun to be around. She will be missed.
So sorry for your loss. I have many fun memories of your mom. My sympathy to you and your family.
Kathy, I am so sorry for your loss. Please relay my condolences to your family. I know it will be difficult for everyone to adjust to life without her. She was such a powerful presence. The two of you were so adorable together. You have been so wonderfully attentive and supportive of her, your Barbie doll. She was so much a part of you. I have so many fond memories of her from the time I was a teenager to having dinner with her last year. Mrs. Mecca, as I always called her, was always the center of the party. With her dry wit and priceless humor, she lived a good and exciting life, traveling the world, and even meeting Pope John Paul II. I hope you and your family will find comfort in all the happy memories with this amazing woman. She touched so many lives and will live on through all who knew and loved her.
Mother Mecca kept us laughing. She always had a story to tell, or something to give us, usually in the theme of strawberry pie, grape juice, baskets of tomatoes and peppers. She met the Pope, which gave her an angelic aura, despite an endless supply of spicy jokes that might make a sailor blush. She delighted in surprising us with funny things. Somewhere, she kept someone busy folding crisp dollar bills in a clever way that looked like tiny pressed shirts, and then she gave us a dollar shirt complete with her huge smile. Mother Mecca was a fashion icon, being the best dressed person in every group, sporting fabulous hats with colorful accessories for every outfit. A generous host for countless dinners and lunches, Her full life was spent between two homes, with a large circle of friends in Florida, New York, and beyond. When the time came to adjust her lifestyle to fit her age, Kathy made it possible for Mother Mecca to live in the comfort of their forever home where she raised her family. In recent years, it was clear that they treasured every moment of their time together. Thank you to Kathy and the whole family for sharing Mother Mecca with us over the years. She brightened our hearts in ways we will always remember.
Pat was an amazing lady. I could always count on her quick smile and a great story. But most of all, her amazing hat collection. They don't make them like her anymore.
Pat was a ray of sunshine. I loved her visits with me at the Vi at Lakeside. The stories and jokes were never ending, and she always shared a Tootsie Roll. I got to share her 85th brunch at the Breakers with her, and memories of her will live on with me and everyone she loved.
We were blessed to have met Pat through our Aunt Selena. The two of them were quite a blast to be with. We are sorry for your loss, but are sure heaven is brighter with Pat there as a new star.
Pat Mecca was an amazing friend for some 50 years. I will never forget our breakfasts with Rose, Mary, and Connie. I also remember her dragging me to church, knowing there was a joke coming while on exit. R.I.P.
Dear Mecca family, I'm so very sorry to hear of your mom's passing. I went to Immaculata with Kathy, and your mom always supported us girls. When my son passed, your mom and Kathy were there for me, to share a meal, to give comfort, and to share a mass. That is what I will always remember Mrs. Mecca for. Her kindness and generosity to others. Kathy, may the time and wonderful memories you had with your mom make you smile and give you comfort.
To the Mecca family, deepest sympathy. You are in my prayers. Ah, Mrs. Mecca, you are loved and missed. So many laughs and prayers we had together. You will always be in my heart.
Pat lived life to the fullest and always had fun. In her late 70s/early 80s, she enjoyed coming to Cabana Sam's for the music on Sundays. One night, we all laughed as she was dancing with three young men.
Patricia Mecca was an eloquent lady who gave the gift of laughter to many. My farts and prayers to the Mecca family for their loss. Kathy, you gave your mother the best gift of your love and nurturing hands. Your roles were reversed as you become her mother, nurse, caretaker, cook, and waitress. You provided her with a penthouse in a 5-star hotel.
Kathy, so sorry to hear of the passing of your mom. She was a very nice lady.
Kathy, Stephen, Lenny, Peter, and family, so sorry to hear about the passing of your mom. You are all in my thoughts and prayers. Pat was a bright light and had a great sense of humor. She made me laugh so many times I can't keep track. I'm glad I was able to visit with her at 3-star June 2019, with sympathy and sending hugs.
She will be missed, great lady and mother to her children.
Kathy, my prayers and thoughts are with you and your family. An incredible woman who left a lasting impression on many of us. May her spirit shine down on all and guide us through these difficult times. My deepest sympathy.
We'll always remember the humor you always had.
One of the most fondest memories was driving to Florida with Pat and my sister Nellie. I drove Nellie, packed lunches, and Pat was navigator. It took us 4 days to get there. It was one of our best times together. One thing we all did was drink the water in St. Augustine to keep us young. Pat will surely be missed.
You're in our thoughts and prayer.
Pat Mecca is an amazing person. The days we spent with one another are so very important to me. Playing old maid and getting to know one another even more each day had made us both grow so much closer, but now she is in a very special place where I'm sure she is looking down on all of us. My great-grand-girlfriend forever, this woman was so very special, the bond we shared and still do so, and my heart will always be there. I know that she is heaven watching me type this out with tears in my eyes. The confidence that Pat Mecca had was so very important to me, but so very importantly that a beautiful woman that the Lord had placed on the world. Pat Mecca, may you always be remembered and held in our hearts as something very special. May you voice sing with the angels, Pat Mecca, and for now to see you again one day.
I had a wonderful experience with Pat Mecca as her aide. She was an amazing lady who had a very interesting life. While spending time at the Mecca residence, I met many wonderful people who were friends of Pat and her daughter Kathy. They treated me like a longtime friend of the family. Thank you, Kathy, for your warm and welcoming home. I will miss Pat Mecca.
I sure did have many fun-filled days with my lady. We certainly laughed a lot. She will definitely be missed. Soar with the angels.
What a lovely lady your mom was, Kathy. I know how much you adored each other and how grateful you both have been for the last few years together. I will never forget the first time I met your mom. She pulled up to your office in her sporty little car and she was dressed to the hilt. I remember thinking how sassy, sweet, and confident she was. She made a lasting impression on me, which brought a smile to my face every time I would hear of her. You have beautiful memories that you can cherish. Think of them often.
A beautiful image of your mother. Pat, or Mrs. Mecca as we all know her, always cared and looked out for all of us teenagers. Mrs. Mecca understood the Wally Cleavers, good, and Eddie Haskells, mischievous, in all of us young men, and would always mentor us to be better in life. Pat and Vito both always treated us fairly and with respect, whether we were right or wrong, and sternly if necessary. Many fond and everlasting memories of Mrs. Mecca and her kindness for the many of us who all have the pleasure of knowing her.
Kathy, my sincere condolences on the loss of your mom. What an incredible, classy lady she was. And you, Kathy, are the angel that graciously, lovingly gave her incredible care. Much love.
So sorry for your loss. You have my deepest sympathy.
I'm so sorry to hear Aunt Pat died.
Kathy, Lenny, Steve, and Pete, please accept my condolences on the loss of your mom. I will never forget the time she took us all to the dentist, Dr. Belanca, in Gowanda. She was a beautiful person, always gracious and kind. Prayers to you all.